the EU is open for US trade and interested in deals. Fitch Ratings says that tariffs could hasten cuts to US corporate earnings estimates.
Okay, do you guys mind testing again, please?
Now it goes to the Q&A part of us, which is speech.
Yeah.
Test 1, 2, 3, 4. Test 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4.
Much better.
How much delay is there?
Oh, about maybe a second.
Okay, and how is the? I put it to very low latency, so to try to make it speed up. How's the video quality? Can you see the numbers on the screen?
Yeah, I can see the numbers. Yeah.
Okay.
Protect your trades from macro headline risk with Financial Juice Pro. Now only $99 a year for our real-time service.
All right, third time's a charm up here. See if we can go get this Fibonacci level up there. Looks like it's what they're trying to do.
Yeah, dude, I'm down to a couple of seconds, maybe 3.
Yeah, I changed it back to the lowest latency. I just wanted to make sure that you could see the screen. So I actually started this morning on what they call low. Now I went to very low. So it sounds like you guys, there's only like a 1 or 2 second delay, and you can still read all the numbers on the charts. Is that accurate? Mike, can you see all the numbers?
1 sec here.
I just want to make sure you can read.
Yeah, if I go to full screen, I'm good.
Okay, good. Thank you, guys. Well, I'm glad we figured that out. Okay, we have liquidity zones here, guys, at 61.55, 56 area, and then there's a little bit more up at 61.60 on the ES. Now listen, there's a big, huge liquidity zone up at 320 on the NQ. So we may go get that a little bit later. That might be something that happens with the whole Fed thing, or maybe we go get it before the FOMC and then they drop it from there. Who knows? But just recognize 320 is a big liquidity zone. It's 61.60 as of right now on the ES.
NQ Extreme. ES Full Stacker. ES Full Stacker. NQ Extreme.
Okay, we hit the 60. Pulling back a little bit. Probably pull us back to at least the 6. 60 should be opposite 4, opposite 6. If we get lucky, the 10. We're about to do a little breakout here, so it might just be a wall of resistance, or we might break through and come up here and get this 23. Let's watch this pull back and see if it's something we can buy. Unfortunately, I missed all of this. We should have bought this while we were talking, so that's too bad.
ES Full Stacker. NQ Extreme. ES Full Stacker.
If you guys can hear me, anybody that can hear me, please type good afternoon into the chat.
ES Full Stacker.
Yeah, speak again, dude.
Test 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2, 3.
ES Bull Stacker.
Yep. Gotcha.
Where's our buddy Pavel? He's on mute. Man, they may not give us any bigger pullback.
Which says that he is ready for dialogue with the US over big tech.
MU Extreme. MU Extreme.
ITS 20.
Really frustrating that sound wasn't working earlier. Alright, feels like they're going to slowly kiss up all the way to that Fibonacci target at 280 there prior to the Fed meeting. Maybe they drop it off before, I don't know. At this point, you got to be ready for any kind of, fat finger from somebody trying to do a little sweep to take stops. So, be forewarned. We only got like 20 minutes left here. Things are going to start getting a little zany right before it. And then it's going to calm down, as in the calm before the storm, and then we'll get a little reaction. Now, is this one of the things you can't trade on for take profit, right? You can't trade this news 1 minute before, 1 minute after.
That is correct.
So don't blow your account.
Do you know what the Fed's speaking on, Crash?
It's the minutes.
Yeah, it's the FOMC minutes. Give us a clue to what they've been talking about.
ES Bull Stacker. ES Bull Stacker. ES Bull Stacker.
Okay, everybody do me a favor. I get like a double sound off my thing. I want to know if it's either Hammer or Matt's volume. Go on mute just in Discord for me so I can isolate to see what the sound's coming from. I'm waiting to hear a computer sound, so hold on. Just keep it on mute for a second. If you guys need to speak, feel free to take yourself off mic. But just in general, keep yourself muted until I figure this out. Everybody still, provide your feedback. Of course, the minute I ask you guys to go mute, I don't get any more computer sounds.
MQ Extreme.
There we go.
MQ Extreme. MQ Extreme. MQ Extreme.
All right, it went away, so it must have been feedback from Hammer or from Maddie. I don't know which one, but it's okay. It wasn't that bad. I just wanted to see what it was, if it was feedback from me hearing myself through your speakers.
Well, dude, it couldn't have been me because I use a mic switch. So even if I'm not muted in the Discord room,
Oh,
my microphone might be muted at the system level anyhow, which it was.
gotcha. Okay, cool. Probably Matt then.
MQ Extreme. MQ Extreme. ES Stacker. MQ Extreme.
New York's Metropolitan Transportation Authority sues Trump administration over decision to terminate approval for congestion pricing program.
MQATR air shift.
Do you want to stay up to date with the latest and be on the bleeding edge of news for non-farm payrolls? Then sign up today and get our special offer of Financial Juice Pro for a year's worth of our service for the price of 1 month and save 92%.
MQ extreme.
Also, Sefcovic says that he is ready to discuss auto tariffs with the US.
ES Bear Stacker.
All right, guys, we got 12 minutes to the FOMC. Expect a little bit of jostling ahead of it here.
10 minutes away from the top of the hour, get the FMC meeting minutes.
Man, you know, it's kind of a pain in the neck, honestly, to run 3 different instances off of one, a second complete install, trying to do all the trade copy with a new trade copier, and do the management of the live. I got to get some more buttons to do single step actions. I got to get the Stream Deck working better.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of work, bro.
And I'm doing it all left-handed because my right arm's still in a sling.
Easy.
Crazy.
Gosh.
Come on, sell off. Sell off.
Yeah. Come on.
Sell off. Tank right before the meeting. Fine by me. Make sure you're legging out a little bit. On the way down here.
MACD Momo Cross.
Hammer.
MACD Momo Cross.
Yeah.
Let's talk after the market today for just a couple minutes.
Okay. Yeah.
Come on down. Let's get a little more for the Fed. Give us more opportunity to buy if they sell it off a little more.
Crash, is there like a general bias at all with the Fed minutes like
No.
coming out?
I never
Nothing.
have. I never have any bias. The only with news, the only bias I have
Okay.
is what is the clock already telling us on that day. The news just tends to fulfill what we already have an expectation of. Okay, so
Okay.
today has pretty much been, somewhere between a wedge zoom and a normal rotation. It's been a very small wedge zoom, and I think that's capped because of the FOMC. But after the FOMC comes out, they could finish that wedge move, right? They could just start jacking it up. They could sell it down, sell the news first, and then jack it up. So I honestly, going into any news event that's a major news event like this, CPI, FOMC, I just let it play out and without having too much expectations one way or the other. And then I try to find something that fits the mold. Right now we have a normal rotation to a wedge zoom. Because it's not as big of a wedge zoom as we normally see on a day like today. And I know that we're going to have a low at that 11:45, 11:50 time frame. Right? I still expect to have maybe after the Fed announcement a bounce up in general and then a little pullback. So I'm looking for a low to occur within that 11:45, 11:50, and after the between now and then the Fed meeting comes out, I'm just going to watch and see how it reacts.
Okay.
M2 pair stacker. M2 pair stacker.
I mean, it's been a buy the dip type day all day, but look, now we're kind of triple topping up here because nobody wants to buy a whole lot right before the Fed meeting. All right, it's 54, so everybody needs to be out of there. If you're in, take profit. Got to be out in about 2 or 3 minutes here. If you happen to be short off this.
Five minutes to go until we get the FMC meeting minutes.
Alright, so I'm going to go flat. I'm going flat right now because I'm doing a couple different accounts, and one of them is take profit, so I don't want to screw that up. So now I'm waiting to see what happens. Okay, I'm gonna start teaching something new in here as well. Are you guys all listening?
MQ Bear Stacker.
Yeah.
Yes, listening.
Okay, it's gonna be.
MQ Premium Turbo.
It's a multi-time frame
MQ Bear Stacker.
signal.
MQ Bear Stacker.
Okay, it's a multi-time frame. I'll teach more of it later, but for now, I'm gonna call weakness below or strength above a certain price target. Okay, and it's going to be based off of multi-time frame scenarios. So I'm adding this now to. I've been watching it for, testing it out for a couple of weeks now. I haven't really said anything. Probably about 2 or 3 weeks I've been working on this. So right now it's weakness below on the NQ below 22,243. 22,243. It's not. It's got about a 75 to 85%. I'm seeing accuracy on at least the first target being hit after I call one of those. So it's pretty good win rate. Hopefully I can keep up with everything I'm trying to do. But if I call it out, I just recognize that I'd write that price down. So the first target is 233 on the weakness below 243. This is basically a 10-point target. Now, 2 minutes to the news, so everybody should pretty much be out of their trades.
MQ Bull Stacker.
Trump saying congestion pricing is dead in New York. 1 minute to go to the FMC meeting minutes. Protect your trades from macro headline risk with Financial Juice Pro. Now only $99 a year for our real-time service.
Okay, target 1 has been hit at 233.
Seconds.
Next target's 224.
Fox 2.
Puts us down there right about Mustang level.
MQ Extreme.
So looking at the release of the Fed minutes here, some participants cited potential changes in trade and immigration policy as having a potential hinder to the disinflation process. Fed say can hold policy at restrictive level if the economy is strong. We want further inflation progress before adjusting rates. Fed minutes say a couple of participants said it appeared that risks to achieving inflation mandate were greater than the risks to the employment mandate. Various participants said that it may be appropriate to consider pausing or slowing balance sheet runoff until resolution of debt ceiling dynamics. A couple of participants said it appeared that risks to achieving the inflation mandate were greater than risks to the employment mandate. The vast majority of participants judged risks to the dual mandate objectives being roughly in balance, though. Some participants cited potential changes in trade and immigration policy again as having a potential hinder to the disinflation progress. Fed staff's economic outlook largely unchanged from the one provided at the December meeting. So again, the Fed staff's economic outlook largely unchanged from the one provided at the December meeting in the SEP. And the Fed minutes also note that many participants said after the conclusion of balance sheet runoff, it would be appropriate to structure asset purchases to move maturity composition closer to outstanding stock of Treasury debt. Fed minutes also note that in the initial discussion of the framework review, policymakers expressed some openness to changing elements introduced in the 2020 document. Look to the markets, very unchanged on the release of the Fed minutes here. Again, some of the key points, the Fed did note here that they can hold policy at a restrictive level if the economy is strong, and they also noted they want further progress before adjusting rates for on inflation, that is.
Thoughts 2.
Stacker.
Okay, that was a pullback to previous close Viper Mustang V29 all in one area. It's 11:02, so now we can start trading on the take profit.
Bull Stacker.
US 2-year Treasury yield falls to 4.291% after the Fed minutes, last down spot 6 basis points on the day. US short-term interest rate futures little changed following the release of the Fed's January meeting minutes. US 10-year Treasury yield little changed as well, full spot 5.52% following the minutes, and we've posted the full minutes on the feed as well for those interested.
Okay, so I'm going to annotate that weakness line. So pink is going to be the weakness line below. If it's below that, okay, it's weakness below that line. And it'll be strength above this. Only one line's in play at a time, though. So I have to say which one's active. Right now it's the short. Target 1 was already hit, though, so that objective has been actually fulfilled.
Just keep in mind as well, in 5 minutes' time at 2:10 p.m. Eastern Time, RBNZ Governor Orr due to be speaking. It's the RBNZ Governor speaking at the Finance and Expenditure Select Committee on NPS.
wedge in here going on. Not a lot of movement on that. We do have liquidity above us at 22,270. Liquidity below us on ES at 61.45. Liquidity above us at 61.55. Overall, up to this point in time, the market's been kind of showing a little bit more weakness. Advance and decliners are off their highs from earlier today. Still feel like the trend is up in general though. So I'm still looking to buy dips for right now. That's the way I would be trading it. In a second, I'll be giving another strength above line, probably, it looks like to me. Okay, we have a 4 and a 6 ATR line here, along with this 10. This came down and hit a fair value gap. Let's see if we can bounce off this area and come back up. Remember, we do have a low that's going to happen around 11:50 time frame. So I'd like to see us climb up and then have a pullback into that low.
Thoughts 2.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Shortly expecting comments from RBNZ's Governor Orr.
ES Bull Stacker.
Thoughts 2.
Okay, just doing a little dragon snout here. Sideways wedge building for the next move.
M2 Bear Stacker. M2 Bear Stacker. M2 Bear Stacker.
Thoughts 2.
M2 bear stacker. M2 bear stacker. M2
All right, here's our wedge. A little bit larger wedge on the lower end, a little bit tighter wedge. Using 2 different fractals for each line. And see which way we break above or below. Again, we're supposed to have some kind of low or a pullback into the 11:45 time frame. That's contingent upon where we go between now and the next 15 minutes.
M2 bear stacker. M2 bear stacker. M2 bear stacker.
Thoughts 2.
M2 bull stacker. M2 bear stacker.
RBNZ's Governor Orr says feeling more positive about the inflation situation.
Do you want to stay up to date with the latest and be on the bleeding edge of news for non-farm payrolls? Then sign up today and get our special offer of Financial Use Pro for a year's worth of our service for the price of 1 month and save 92%.
RBNZ's Governor Orr says I anticipate the cash rate will be around 3% by the year end. So again, RBNZ's Governor Orr says I anticipate the cash rate around 3% by the year end.
M2 bull stacker. M2 bull stacker.
MACD.
So seeing some strength come through in the New Zealand dollar here as RBNZ's Governor Orr starts
Actually,
speaking.
if you're talking, can't hear you, bro.
Sorry. I said we broke above the trend line. We've turned blue again on the color bars. We turned blue over here. We have a buy dot right here. Buy the next pullback that you see or enter in now, like 1 or 2 micros, and then add on the pullback.
RBNZ's Governor Orr says the New Zealand dollar exchange rate is broadly a fair value.
Okay, we're going up there to at least at 280. This whole price target area is where we're going up here, okay? All of this. Easy price target. And then we'll look for our price targets on the right-hand side above this. Yes, thank you, Jesus. Okay, so somebody tell me what this matches with what we've been saying. Why do we like this? Why do we get in? And what is it doing? Anybody?
So just noting some strength come through in the S&P 500 here. Can't see a headline catalyst for this as of now. Just keeping your eyes on the wires.
Anybody?
Just that we were strong above that line that you called out. And we obviously have your that box zone that you've already highlighted. We had glowbacks.
Yeah. And we said we were in a normal to a wedge zoom up.
US Senate Majority Leader Thune says the Senate will proceed with its budget resolution.
By the dip situation. Okay, so we had a bias up. We had a bounce off of a 50% Fibonacci down here with a minus 23.6 target right here.
And US Senate Majority Leader Thune says a vote on the budget resolution will take place on Thursday.
And we said that because we're bullish, know that we had a pullback coming. What we wanted to do was see it climb and then have a shallow pullback for the 11:45 to 11:50 time frame. Does that make sense? So if we're in a bullish wedge zoom type day, then this all makes sense. Break above a trend line, bouncing off of a 50% Fibonacci, already in a buy the dip situation. Makes sense that we're going up now before the low, and then we're going to have a pullback with 11:45, 11:50 time frame pullback, and then we have another high going into the close. Okay, now the strength is above the blue line, as I discussed also. Okay, so bullish above this.
High tick of the day, I think, Crash.
Yes, that is the high tick of the day. Absolutely right. So you can either hold or you can leg out a little bit and then look to buy again on another dip. I'm going to leg out of one and then hold another. See what happens here. I may add again, depending on how the color bars look on the pullback.
RBNZ's Governor Orr says we are in an environment of low and stable inflation.
MQ Bull Stacker.
Crash, if we have had a high tick, you've got a color bar change with the fractal. Are we taking shorts?
No, not in this type
No.
situation. It's too strong, man. We just finally broke out above our bull line. Finally just broke out above a trend line, and we're in a wedge zoom situation. The low is not expected till around 11:45, 11:50, so it's too early to start getting too short, especially when we're above this bull line like this. Okay, our T-map above us is at 298.
ES full stacker.
Okay, 298 is the T-map above us.
RBNZ's chief economist Conway says we have still got significant domestic inflationary pressures, but will fall from higher levels.
What's up? Okay, we're right at the breakout level. Having a little bit of a hard time here, so we got to be cautious about any more longs. Got to be legging out and then just holding a runner now. Would like to see it go all the way up to T-map is what I would like it to do. Okay, I'm going to erase this box since we're already there. I'm going to erase this Fibonacci target since we're already there.
Extreme.
Let's see if we can get to T-map now. Okay, the advanced decliners are at all-time highs. I have a sneaking suspicion we'll get that 11, 45, 50 type pullback and then go make higher highs after that again. Okay, so the wedge zoom will continue buying pullbacks. We're so close to T-map. Let's go get it. T-map is a magnet. Come on. Okay, our second target for this bull above line is T-map. That's the second target. We just hit the first target at breakout level. Now second target's at the T-map. Okay, we're starting to run out of time. No more longs after this. Let's let the, if you're in a long, you can hold it, but make your stop be good. Let's get this pullback out of our way that we're expecting. This might be just a very temporary pullback. Is the ace line with the breakout level. We got 3 bearish ace lines up here. Okay, and that's providing the overhead resistance.
RBNZ's Governor also says I expect very dampened and subdued business investment ahead.
For the pullback that we're expecting, so it makes sense.
Protect your trades from macro headline risk with Financial Juice Pro. Now only $99 a year for our real-time service.
The question is that all the pullback we get? Let's watch and observe. Candles on Ice Sniper, green. They're not yellow or red, so it's not super weak. Yes, we're bouncing into this 4 area, 4 and 6, but we're in a bullish up move. So if the colors are not yellow and red, it's not a huge shorting opportunity. Doesn't mean it can't, but you would not bet the farm on it.
MQ Extreme. MQ Extreme. MQ Bull Stacker. MQ HDR Bullshit.
So close to T-map. It's a battle between the ace and the T-map. We do have liquidity above us. 295, 300 area, and 325. Oh, there is an iceberg, Surfer. I didn't see that. 25 lot sell ice at 61.65 on the ES. Let's see if we can go out and retest him. And if we tag him and start going up, then we're going to go hit that T-map. Let's watch this. This is a battle zone right here. Just for this period of time frame here.
So, Crash, where was the sell ice? What level?
At 61.65 on the ES.
Yes.
MQ Bull Stacker. ES Bear Stacker. ES Bear Stacker.
Now remember, we are out of the counter trend long period of time frame. We're going in to finish the low cycle. So now all longs, you want to basically wait until we get closer to the
RBNZ's governor says we've been one of the most aggressive
end of
rate
that
cutters.
time frame.
MQ Bear Stacker.
It's going to be a battle here, okay? It's going to be a battle here. So don't bet the farm too big one way. You got the T-map acting as a magnet above. The ace lines providing resistance.
And RBNZ's governor also still needs to be a bit cautious given domestic inflation.
Bull line that I have here. We just bounced off the Fox 3 at 263. So it's just a little battle here. Probably going to get into a little Wyckoff type situation that may last until the end of the
NYMEX
downward
WTI
cycle.
crude March futures settle at $72.25 a barrel, which is up 40 cents or 0.56% on the session. Gasoline March futures settling $2.08. Diesel March futures $2.45. Natural gas March futures at $4.28.
And that window is it till 11:50, so 20 more minutes.
Yep.
Alright.
So we could chop back and forth until that time frame, kind of maybe even chop tilt down. After that time frame, have a lot more opportunity probably to buy pullbacks into another spike higher. But for right now, since we have so many competing price targets in here, resistance above, support below, let's wait and see what happens here. If you're not already in a position, don't be in one. ES is showing more weakness on the pulling and stacking. You can see the wedge that's developing here, right? With these fractals going this way, and this got a series of higher lows and lower highs. We will test that surfer up at 61.65. All iceberg surfers get tested or they have to drop off. That is basically a
M2 bull stacker.
physical principle of icebergs. All icebergs get retested sooner or later.
M2 bear stacker. M2 bull 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 stacker. M2 ES bull stacker.
RBNZ's Governor Orr says the committee may revisit on the number of monetary policy meetings.
ES bull stacker.
See if it wants to fill this fair value gap here at 284. And then whether it can keep going or not. Hopefully ace lines are going to push us down a little bit more in this window. I suspect that was just a very shallow pullback is all we're getting in this time frame. If we break up above this new high, that's the most recent high, I would buy the breakout to the upside. Color bars on both iSnipe and iStructure are blue. That's a sign of strength. ES has also gone back to blue. You have R1 above us, way up there. We have T-map. Come on, let's go get T-map at a minimum. Hitting a little bit of liquidity resistance at 290, then a little bit more at 300, then 325. That surfer is still at 61.65 on the ES. Got to take him out and break above that. to the close. I don't see any reason why we don't go tag T-map at 298. Okay, we got the Globex high here at 91.5 on the on the NQ. Okay, so we're getting ready to break the Globex high. Can we do it? Come on. Break it. Let's go. We break that Globex high. We're going up to R1. Let's go. I love it when we break Globex highs and lows. Yes. Let's go. Yes, come on, T-map. Be that magnet that we know you are. Leg out some and then hold a runner. We're only moving at 6 points per minute. Come on. Come on. Make sure you're legging out a little bit. See what happens on this pullback. Hold a couple runners just in case. What did we pull back to so far? This most recent high.
MQ Extreme. ES Bear Stacker. ES Bear Stacker. ES Bear Stacker.
Pretty dang close to T-mount. That's basically a validation of T-mount. So we'll see what this little pullback gives us. Okay. I would love for it to give us a deeper pullback in this little window of a low, so we have more room to buy going into the close, into the last hour. The more two-way trading, the better for us. I'd like to see it come hit this fair value gap right here and then drop for another pullback. It's so strong, I don't know if it will. Okay, so any shorts have to be small. It is counter trend trading for right now. Any shorts. You got blue candles on both sides here. ES is a little bit weaker, but it's still climbing as well. Doesn't move as far, so the moving averages, move far as fast. The moving averages, take a little bit longer to move on the ES. Alright, give us a deeper pullback. I'm doing a little tiny short, that's it. This thing could spike in a moment, at any moment, and continue to go up. So you got to be very, very cautious here.
ES Bear Stacker.
Let's come get one of these bigger fair value gaps down here and then bounce back up.
Brent crude futures settled at $76.04 a barrel, up 20 cents or spot 26% on the session.
We do need to start calling the CL close a little more verbally, because it does impact things a little bit.
Washington Post.
Do you want to stay up to date with the latest and be on the bleeding edge of news for non-farm payrolls? Then sign up today and get our special offer of Financial Use Pro for a year's worth of our service for the price of 1 month and save 92%.
Okay, whatever pullback we get here is probably the last pullback. Okay, we have a sell ice on the NQ just came out. Right here. See if it can drive it down a little bit more. I think we don't get huge moves here, but let's see what happens.
So Washington Post clarified the Trump administration orders the Pentagon to seek cuts over 5 years.
Let's have a flush. Come on. Just out of the blue. Wouldn't be out of the blue. We know we're in a low cycle. Out of the blue for everybody else. Flush it. Give us that pullback.
MQHDS full stacker.
Okay, make sure you're legging out if you're short. Lower your stops to at least break even if you can. They bought that 273.74 area. All right, I'm flat. Observation mode now. Yeah, this trade copier, man, it's not doing me justice, Hammer.
Well, you got kind of a spaghetti jungle of stuff going on there.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes a difference or not, but
I don't either. It might. Are you trading only NQ or only ES, or have you used it on the NQ?
I've used it on both.
Have you used it on micros on the MNQ?
Nope. All minis.
Okay. I'm just curious, what's like the max lots you've used on the NQ with the trade copier?
15.
All right.
ES full stacker. ES full stacker. MQ extreme. MQ full stacker.
Crash, are we looking
I would-
for highs into the close now?
Looking for
That
highs
time
into the
frame?
close, but I want to get one more retest of a low with a higher low. That might have been it, but I want to see. Let me find my mouse. I want to see one more pullback, okay? That makes another higher low, just because we're just now at the end of that time frame. So that might have been as low as we get. So I want to prove it to me though. So I want to come up here. Next pullback I see, I want it to be higher than that.
Okay.
I want to turn blue all over again.
MQ full stacker. MQ full stacker.
So basically I'm looking to buy pullbacks, but I have to give a little bit of a backside deviation to the time frame just in case they, because we know all of our cycles have about a 15 to 20 minute window that they can still kind of trick us in, so we always are a little cautious. Now I do think this has been pretty much thin to win. I don't think it's too hard to see that, so it's it's definitely strength, but now you're getting this impulse move, so buy the next pullback. You did just hit T-map. So let's watch this. Let's watch this next pullback. You know, we're arguing about whether we want to get in long here or not, but the key is where should we have been long if you weren't? The breakout right here, right, when we went color bar change. And then if you didn't get that, you did the first fractal pullback here, or you did the first touch of the Fox 3. So you got to make sure you understand the system, and it's always about finding the best entries, because those are the ones that give you the maximum profit. You get the biggest moves on the first touches. First pullback, first touch. If you've already legged out because you did that, now just be patient. Again, we said we're in an uptrend. We're going into an uptrend in the close. We don't know how much of a pullback we were going to get in this little low window. The more important thing is the macro picture of a buy the dip day after the morning happened. It's been a buy the dip wedge all the way up ever since the low from this morning. Now, what's the next line in order that it could pull back to? Got to make sure you understand that too, in case they do some kind of sweep. So is that the 15 line here? Looks like. So in the back of your mind, you want to say, we could come down here. It's thin to win, so maybe they never do. Maybe it just keeps driving on up, which we see on a wedge zoom all the time. So now we have a new 4, a new fractal on a blue. You want to take a chance on just doing 2 micros on that? Okay, I'm just going to do a couple micros just because we're thin to win and we keep climbing up. I'm willing to take a little long here off of a new blue color bar, first touch fractal of a new 4 line in a bullish uptrend. Just make sure you leg out. If you do it and you take more than one, you leg out a little bit on the way up. So I always like to take at least 2 micros so I can leg out at least once and then see about holding a runner. It's tough to go long right into, though, the T-map, so it's got to be small. If we can break out with some good volume above T-map, then we can just keep going all the way up to that R1 up there. Our previous high up here is at 319, okay? Yesterday's previous high. They're pulling the liquidity. Okay, first of all, we just took out that surfer at 61.65 on the ES. Now they're pulling the liquidity that was above us at 305 on the NQ. That means they're probably leaving room for us to go higher. Doesn't mean there won't be, it's in the afternoon. So there's always those little pullbacks, then a climb. Then a little pullback, then a climb. And we'll probably continue to see that into the afternoon because it's so slow. It's only 6 points per minute. So you'll get 2 steps forward, 1 step back. And again, look, got 3 arrows all fighting each other on the guns cloud color right here at the T-map level. That shows you the importance and the magnitude of the weight that T-map carries. Bullish above, bearish below at this point. I think they had their chance to do a bigger pullback in that 11:45-50 time frame, and they didn't do anything but a pullback to the Fox 3. So I think any more pullbacks will be relatively shallow, and we'll be looking for buying opportunities. advanced recliners are at the highs of the days right now. Okay, the other market internals are climbing as well. Come on, let's go to R1.
Full stacker.
Thin to win, baby. Let's go. Keep on chugging. Just get into that bullish zoom mode. Just go. Ooh, a little bit of resistance just came up on liquidity zone here at 300. We better break through that. Come on. Climb through it, climb through it, climb through it. We break this zone right here. We're going. This is the T-map zone. Break through this. We're going on up to R1. Let's go. It's trying so hard. Alright, I'm flat. Wait and see what happens here. Looking to buy another pullback. We'll see where it's at. Might be just a head fake. I don't know. We said that they would do that to us. 2 steps back, or 2 steps forward, 1 step back. I want to see this battle clearly get us above T-map. They pulled in that new liquidity after I said they took it away, and they added some more. I think it's more finding a place to go long, buying the dips, as it is opposed to selling anything right now. Doesn't mean we can't get a deeper pullback into one of these fair value gaps. One of the next lines in order, like Tiger Shark or Fox 2. Just be careful. We don't want to pick a top, just like we don't want to pick a bottom, right? try just a little tiny short here. Just a little one to see if we pull back to Tiger Shark or Fox 2 here. If they do, it just gives us more room to buy again. Very small. Very careful. Hand on the mouse. Love for him to come get one of these fair value gaps down here.
MQ Extreme. MQ Pair Stacker. MQ Extreme.
Okay, that was down to Tiger Shark. Wish they would come down and get that fair value gap right below us. They may not.
Keep in mind in 10 minutes time now at 3:15 p.m. Eastern Time, expecting possible comments from Fed's Bostic, who appears on Yahoo Finance.
MACD Momo Cross. MACD Momo Cross.
Okay, there's that fair value gap I was
Mac
wanting them to
Momo
hit
Cross.
at least. Let's see if we can get to the next one at the Fox 2
MACD Momo Cross.
location.
MQ Pair Stacker. MQ Pair Stacker. MQ Pair Stacker. MQ Bull Stacker. MQ Pair Stacker.
Who loves T-Map?
MQ Bull Stacker.
There's a guy named Andrew Sliman from Morgan Stanley, I think he is.
MQ Pair Stacker.
He says that we're at the tail end of the bull market.
MQ Pair Stacker.
I think we got a little bit more to go, and then I think we're at the tail end.
MQ Pair Stacker. MQ Pair Stacker. MQ Pair Stacker. MQ Pair Stacker.
All right, so now, Rich, we're at yellow, turning into red. We're coming up into a 4 or 6. This is where we have to be very careful again. We're pretty much outside the window now, getting to the tail end of any short window.
Fair stacker.
We gotta be careful about going short here. Maybe you do 1 or 2 micros only if you get a fractal somewhere between the 4 and the 6. Now, the last thing to think about is today's the last day of a multi-day cycle. Once we hit our price objectives, it's always fair game to come back down. Now, so we could come down at any point in time. I personally think that we maybe have a chance of going and making another high in a few more minutes after we establish wherever this low is going to be. Okay, I'm doing just a very small short off of this fractal, very small. My stop will be right on top of that fractal. If we go above that, I'm out. I will trust the color bar for now, just because very rarely does it fail us. Usually only fails when we're going sideways.
Thoughts 2.
Okay, now here is this trend line, the first trend line I have. The next trend line from the 2 most lowest points in the fractal on the day is this trend line down here. So when I'm asking myself, the reason why I didn't delete them when we were going above them, is I always ask myself, where could the market try to screw us and actually take us, right? So you always have a backup plan, even though a backup theory to your main theory. The main theory is, we thought going into 1230, we have a potential of going higher. TMAP has proven to be a resistance as of now. We've got red candles. Now we're breaking this trend line. Can we come to this trend line, which fulfills the fair value gap zone? Isn't that interesting? How that trend line is at the bottom of the fair value gap? We've already hit the eagle once. Do we hit it again? Maybe. Bounce up here. We're getting the first touch of the 15 line. Right? That is our known structural repair target down below. However, with this weakness, I want to watch this play out a little bit. The safest bet to be long again would be for a color bar first pull back on the way back up. So my point in saying that is that if anybody has been struggling and being profitable consistently over time, then continue to take the trades after you get the first pullback fractal in the direction we think we're going. You will not fail your accounts, in my opinion, if you stick to that rule. We got a lot of other things that we can look at, so we take all of it with confluence, but that is the one thing you don't go against. You don't go against color bars. Like if you were long and it turned yellow, you got to get out. First touch, first pullback of the red, you got short. Now we're at the next line in order below us, the 15. Next line, first touch. Now we're making a little bottom here. Question is, does it want to break through? We've already tagged eagle once. Maybe we'll get 2 eagle touches here. Actually did one over here as well. Seems like it's running out of a little bit of steam. So we're going to be ready for anything.
Thoughts 2.
If you want to stick to the rules of first touch of the 15, you see the fractal develop there, and then you would buy it. However, just with the kind of the choppiness of this, I'm going to let it play out just a little bit more, and then decide if I want to go long again. kicks and grins, I'm going to erase this trend line since that one has already been fulfilled. I'm going to do a little Fibonacci from this most recent low right here to our most recent high. See if we can break above that. Guess where that took us to? 50%. Wow, should have drawn that sooner. Should have drawn that sooner.
Fox 2.
Okay, I am flat in observation mode here for a second.
Fox 2.
Okay, this line I needed to move. This bull line I needed to move based off of this new technique I'm using. Up to 276. I should have moved that. It's going to just take me a while to get used to this in my cross check. That makes that bear line go away for now. So bearish below this line until we break back above it.
Fox 2.
Okay, kind of basing here on this 15 line, which matches with the eagle and the 50% over here. So this is another eagle 15. The question is, second time, can it hold? Getting this little W here. Let's see if the 15 line takes us to the opposite 4, opposite 6, and then to the opposite 10. This is the first touch of this new 15 line. So we know we have a good 80% chance of at least hitting the opposite 6. Opposite 4, opposite 6, hold a runner to the 10.
Because we don't think that's like that, the little like a later low, and now we go to the highs, to the close.
Yeah, that could be it. For sure. This was right on the back edge of that time window. Okay, this was in the standard deviation of a pullback time frame. So I am long off of multiple bounces here, off this 15, using this right-sided pivot rule here, off the 15,
Fox 2.
holding runners to at least the 10, and then I'll hold a runner above that. I'll leg out at opposite 4, opposite 6, opposite 10, and then see if I can get a runner. Okay, now you have to leg out because there's your opposite 4 and your opposite 6. Now you hold a runner to see if we can get all the way up to the 10 and continue on. What we have to do is find out if the market wants to continue to wedge zoom or if it's tired and it's had its climb for the day. I think we have more room up, and the reason I say that is because if you look at any of your market internals, they're going up again. Okay, advanced decliners are at their highs right now, making a high tick at 600. This is the second highest tick of the day. That last high tick that Rich called out was 1,053. This one's at 600 right now. Legging out a little bit more just in case it continues to pull back. But
Fed's Bostic says it did not expect progress on inflation would go in a straight line. So again, Fed's Bostic currently speaking on Yahoo Finance.
Okay, Bostic speaking. Everybody be cautious of some.
A live video is on the feed for those interested.
He started at 15 after, 3 minutes ago.
Bostic says the question now is whether the January CPI was a bump in the road or a new trend.
Protect your trades from macro headline risk with Financial Juice Pro. Now only $99 a year for our real-time service.
The Palestinian Security Forces.
Man, did anybody watch much of the Kash Patel Senate hearings? They were intense. Them and Hegseth, man. They were trying to destroy those two guys. Okay, I'm flat.
Bostic says it's difficult to factor all potential policy changes into the economic outlook.
Stacker.
6 ATR.
M2 pair stacker.
Fox 2.
M2 pair stacker. M2 pair stacker.
Bostic says the confidence around the 2025 outlook has reduced.
So I didn't hear anybody reply. Did anybody watch any of the Kash Patel stuff?
No, I did not.
Alright. We have a liquidity zone on the US below us.
Fed
6158.
Bostic says while some policy proposals could add to inflation, others could boost productivity and lower price pressures.
6152, and then above us at 6167. So just know where those liquidity zones are. Bostic is speaking is going to be a little volatile.
Bostic says many business leaders are optimistic about regulatory changes and feel they could denominate those that add to costs. That's Bostic saying many business leaders are optimistic about regulatory changes. They feel they could dominate those that add to costs. Bostic says business leaders say that their best choice is to pass on tariffs to the retail price, and we'll have to see how consumers react to that. Bostic adds that businesses are also concerned that customers are tapped out. Bostic adds, I think we're still in a restrictive posture like we need. Bostic adds the Fed did not cut too much last year. Policy remains restrictive. Bostic says, I'm comfortable with taking a pause to see how the economy evolves. Fed's Bostic says everything is on the table at every meeting.
NQ Premium Turbo.
And Bostic adds, we're going to let the data guide us.
NQ Extreme.
Bostic says, I'm very supportive of getting the balance sheet down, and the Fed has made good progress.
NQ Extreme. NQ Bear Stacker. ES Bear Stacker. ES Bear Stacker.
Bostic says the Fed is getting close to its threshold level for the balance sheet. The debt ceiling is one factor deciding that. The Yahoo Finance interview with Fed's Bostic is now over. Fed's Bostic says, I want to pay attention day to day to the balance sheet to be sure that the drawdown does not go too far.
All right, I had to step away just for a second for a little family issue, and of course it drains right when I leave.
So noting the S&P 500 pairing gains following Fed's Bostic speech, still up some spot on 5%.
All right. Okay. So we broke through that 65% Fibonacci. Let's get rid of that one. It's 12:30. Let's see what
The
they do.
Nasdaq 100 flat on the session now as well.
Let's draw a larger Fibonacci.
M2 extreme.
Got to draw the whole
M2
thing now.
extreme.
We had a nice run. Okay, there's the larger 50%. I'm going to do a very quick long here off of that and right above the Falcon line, and we have an eighth GAN line at 206. It could flush more, so I'm taking a chance
M2 premium
on just
turbo.
a spot to take a snipe. It's pretty aggressive selling, but coming that fast into the 50% down here at this eighth line could go all the way down to the 45% very easily. Could go down the ace, but I'm just taking a
M2
snipe.
premium
Just a snipe.
turbo. M2 premium.
Okay, I'm out.
M2 premium
Took a
turbo.
little bit on that, not much. Very quick. Trying it one more time.
M2 HDR bullshit. M2 extreme. ES bull stacker.
Yeah, let's go.
M2 extreme.
Let's go. Bounce up there, sucker.
M2 extreme.
Look at that wick below VWAP, right into that 50%, and right to the Falcon line, baby. Falcon line right there at 203. We know about the Falcon line. It's a first touch line, just like a T-map. Get a wick right into the T-map. Oh yeah, come on. Pretty much right into the prior close here, right down to the point of control. Okay, it's 12:30. The Navdar clock cycle's basically over. That bull bear line really worked up here, didn't it? Look at that. This is a good, it's a good new thing we're adding to our repertoire. Really is.
M2 bull stacker. M2 bull stacker.
Color bar's turning blue. Now wait for the first pullback on the blue one, like Rich, down to the 4 or 6. Okay, it's the best option. First touch, first pullback. They might wait till the mock, okay, to finish doing any rest of the zoom. So if they want to screw people, this is what they're going to do. Sell off like this, and then the mock comes out and they push it back up. Everybody clear on that?
Yeah. You'll pull out mock as usual, eh?
M2 bull
Yep.
stacker.
I will call that out, mate. Is it just you and me, Rich? Nobody
Do
else
you
is
want to stay
talking.
up to date with the latest and be on the
I
bleeding
don't
edge
know.
of news for
I think
non-farm
Matt,
payrolls?
yeah.
Then sign
Yeah,
up today
mine's-
and get our special offer of Financial Juice Pro for a year's worth of our service for the
Oh,
price
that's a
of 1
beautiful
month
trade.
and save 92%.
That is.
I am here. Okay, I am here.
Okay, good, Pavel. I haven't heard you like for 2 days. Good job.
Good
Good job.
day. Today is good day.
Ah, excellent.
I am profit.
You got profit? Good job, buddy.
Yes, $300.
Nice, nice, nice. Okay, make sure you leg out a little bit here. Good. If you bought any of this, leg out a little bit and then wait for a pullback again with a fractal. Or hold and raise your stops. Because we're coming up to the middle of the, we're coming up to the base cloud again here. I'm going to draw a Fibonacci from high to low, which is this other 50%, and let's see what we get. So now we're between 50% and 50%. 50% up, 50% down on the day. I think with the way the market internals look, they continue to climb this up in the mock. That's what I think. It's just an initial assessment game plan. We'll see what happens when the mock number comes out. Man, my trade copier is really pissing me off. I'm not going to lie. Okay, now you're getting the blue. You're going to pull back to the 6. Let's see if it gets pulled back to the 6 to the 10. Let's see where the fractal develops. We want to make sure we're not done selling. We only came down to the 50%. Maybe they want to go to the 65. Now there's your fractal pullback, so you got to buy it. And then you got to realize that this 4 is here. So it could act as resistance even though we bought this. If it does, you put your stop below this no matter what. You do not go below 234. All right, now because it's 12:35, we're probably going to start going a little more sideways until the mock. Okay, probably go a little more sideways until the mock. I've gotten a bunch of big moves out of the way. There'll be a little battle going into the close. Now look, pulled back, eagle, bounced up, ace, pulled down, broke down, finally below the eagle. We came down here to the pivot, VWAP, with a little tail that came down and hit falcon. All right, and the previous week low here. And we bounced up to eagle, that which was support now has become resistance. So now our battleground is between the 50% here at 254 and the 50% here at 208. We need to break one way or the other. You can see now we're going to start going sideways. Don't get chopped up. Don't get profits back, Pavel, by overtrading. You're in the green, stay in the green.
I'm only watching.
Okay, good.
I'm only watching.
Good, good, good.
MQ extreme. MQ extreme. MQ extreme. MQ extreme. MQ extreme. MQ pair stacker.
Jeez. This Trade Copper's kicking my arse today. Suckers. I don't know what the heck. It must be something with my system. I just don't understand. Not fully getting out. It's not fully transferring. Some of the accounts go closed or legged out and other ones don't. Man, should have taken that first color bar change right there to the 6.
Esther Stacker.
Okay, could bounce, double bounce down here, so be very careful. You don't want a right-sided pivot rule, double bottom bounce, snap right back up and screw you while you're trying to buy a breakout. Remember, buying breakups and breakouts, breakdowns, breakouts. Breakdowns, breakups, not really the best trades. We do it every now and then, but most of the time it's better to do a pullback to the 4 or 6 and then get the move down. A lot of times people, they go, oh, it's going to keep going, and then they'll sell right here, and then it does a right-sided pivot rule bounce and then continues to go back up. Very low percentage win rate overall trying to do breakouts and breakdowns. Those should not be a priority trade for us. Wow. Zelensky accused Trump of falling to Putin's schemes. He should not have said that. Trump is going to hammer Zelensky. What were you going to say, Hammer?
Oh, well, yeah. Well, I mean, Trump isn't pleased with the way that thing has been handled over there.
No, I know, but he just today there's some more stuff in the news about it, and it's not good for Zelensky in the Ukraine.
Well, yeah, we sent them, what, $300 billion, and half of it, they don't know where it is? Come on.
I know. But I don't know if that's
You
all. I don't know if that's all Ukraine's fault or if that's part of the USAID debacle. Kickbacks to the people. I'm sure money's gone. I'm sure all those generals and stuff over there have new cars, but I also wonder who else got part of it.
No, or more than that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I'd be this way. If you put in the newspaper you're going to send me $1,000, I only got 500. I'd ask somebody what's going on.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So why? So if they're going to say we're going to send Zelensky, $100 billion, he only gets $50 billion. Don't you think he would say something?
Yeah.
So he had to have got the money. I would guess the funds and whatever it is had to have gotten over there. What happened then is the big question.
See,
I'm responsible for the whole works.
Yeah. I think some was diverted before it ever went over there. I think they stole a bunch of it, and I think other people in between us and Ukraine responsible took some of it. I do think there's multiple parties benefiting from $300 billion to Ukraine.
$200 billion, we could have built every homeless vet in the country a house.
I know. Can you imagine what kind of money we waste? It's unfreaking believable. We could take care of every American.
We would have the shiniest, newest, coolest schools in the world. I mean, we'd have we'd have gold curbs on our streets.
Yep. Yep. Just think, man, how much money they've realized has gone by the wayside. Generations of wealth transfer. Generations.
M2 pair stacker, M2 extreme, M2 pair stacker.
Mach 4. Mach.
It's a shame because we
It's
could
a-
just do so much good with that money.
Yeah, I hope some people see some prison time.
Yeah, me too.
Hope Pam Bondi is very, very, very busy.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, we'll finish that conversation. Buy ICE just came out on that last low on the NQ. Sorry, on the ES. Buy ICE on the ES. 61.57. Let's watch that price level. Yeah, dude. People need to go to jail. Sorry, Rich.
Sorry, no. What time's the mark? 10-2.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Say it again.
Just say what time is the mock? Is it 10
Oh. Yeah, 50 after.
Okay.
That whole story on Omar, Ilhan Omar's back in circulation. I guess somebody from her Somali neighborhood there where she lives came out. I guess a bunch of stuff's already come out, but it's resurfaced with people saying she married her brother to get him into the United States, which we all know. They've already found marriage certificates and all kinds of DNA samplings. Do you know that some Americans went over it, tracked her and her brother? I don't know. I just learned about this last night. Literally found cigarettes and drink cups that they were smoking at, pulled the DNA, and proved that her and her brother are brother and sister. And then when questioned about it, she says, "Oh, I don't talk about my family, and you're just Islamic homophobic."
Wow.
Yep, sounds about right.
I hope she goes to jail, dude. I freaking hope the FBI... I guess the FBI had some stuff on it, and when some of the original stuff came out back in, whatever it was, 2014 or whatever, I can't remember the exact year. And they said, oh, the statute of limitations on the marriage is already over. But the point that was made last night, or this week, is that there's no statute of limitations on illegal immigration. So she could go to jail for breaking the law. Oh, and then she went to an Islamic meeting with a bunch of other Islamic Somalis and was trying to tell them how to get out of ICE interrogations so they don't give up information that they don't want to give up. Her and AOC. Yeah.
AOC's doing the same thing.
Yeah, so now they're both under investigation for that. I hope they hammer
I
them.
don't think they get it that there's gonna be a foot put down
Yeah.
right on their neck if they're not careful.
Yeah.
You know, it can be a little like yesterday. You know, I don't like Walz. Of course, he's my governor only because I'm a resident of Minnesota. But
I think
you know,
we can still
they were mocking him for jumping through the ice and jumping into a lake in the middle of the winter. You know, they were mocking him on Fox News, and I've done that, and we do that up here. I don't know, probably other places too, but we do that for fundraising.
Why were they mocking him for that?
You know, for
Just
Sea
because-
Waters was.
Just
and
because they want to make
I'm like,
fun of
I
him.
wanted to send him a text and go, dude, that was a fundraiser, you know, for a charity. And so yeah, I think they have to, you know, especially Fox needs to pull back at least a little bit. And they had that one wrong anyhow. I guess I'll just put it that way. I guess they had that one wrong. I don't like Walz, but I'll give him credit for doing that because I've done it. And you know, you better start with a bunch of manhood before you jump in because it's pretty cold.
Yeah. That's free. That'll give you a heart attack, man.
Yeah, I haven't done it since I was turned 50, but I'm not worried about my heart. But still, 50 was the last time I did it. But I've done it more than once, so. You know, the first time you can say you're just checking it out and you're stupid, but if you do it more than once, then people start to say you're stupid.
All right, a little bit more liquidity below us at through 210, 200, a little bit down at 61.53. We got another target on this weakness, on this bear NQ target down at 214.
ES full stacker. ES full stacker.
Actually, we already hit that. We already bounced back up from that. Disregard that. All right, let's see what happens. Starting to kind of base after it's been rolling over, obviously, underneath Fox 2 Tiger Shark, but starting to base a little bit here at the pivot and VWAP.
That dude, and now Schumer and Jeffries came out and said that they're warning that Trump's attempts to end the war in Ukraine could result in the end of the war in Ukraine. Oh,
Really?
I'm just kidding. Dude, if you keep this up, that war's gonna end.
Yeah.
You know?
All right, 1 minute to the mark, guys. Let's listen.
Yeah.
1 minute now until we get the market on close imbalance.
ES bear stacker.
Protect your trades from macro headline risk with Financial Juice Pro. Now only $99 a year for our real-time
Sounds like
service.
it wants to sell off a little bit. Candles are all red, angling down. Let's see what they do here. I think we find some kind of low and then a bounce. That's what I think.
Full stacker.
Okay, 400 million to buy.
So we're looking now to the market on close imbalance. The S&P 500 a buy side of 375 million, Nasdaq 100 a buy side of 336 million, Dow 30 a sell side of 42 million, and the Mag 7 a sell side of 55 million.
I'm looking for a place to buy.
So that's like, yeah, okay, so we're looking for longs.
Yeah.
Mark 4.
Come on. Bounce. Bounce.
MQ full stacker.
Kind of flat. Honestly. Only 400 million, 380 now. Let's go. Thin to win. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Zoom.
Full stacker.
We could zoom, guys. Very easy on low volume. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Ah. Just flatten me.
MQ extreme.
Stop me out. I'm gonna try it again here.
MQ extreme.
Jerks.
ES full stacker. ES full stacker.
Let's go. Bye. Had my stops too tight on that one. Come on, buy.
ES bull stacker.
Buy. Raise your stops. Leg out. Yes, come on.
ES bull stacker.
Let's go.
MQ
Let's go.
MQ
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
MQ extreme.
Make sure you're legging out. Pace is not fast enough to hold forever. Let's go. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
ES bull stacker.
Come on.
ES bull stacker.
I just keep legging in and out. I'm legging in and out.
MQ extreme. ES bull stacker. ES bull stacker.
Very small bias to the upside.
MQ bull stacker. ES bull stacker. ES
Buying
bull
each dip,
stacker.
and I'm legging out every time. One of these is going to catch, and then it's going to go.
Stacker. ES bull stacker.
Let's go.
In 5 minutes time now, at the top of the hour, get some data out of South Korea. PPI year over year, prior read 1.7%, month over month, prior 0.3%. Consumer sentiment, prior 91.2.
Can I get that drive?
What's that?
Said it just can't get that drive up.
Yeah, it's just trying really hard to break out.
Got that arrow, yellow arrow too.
Yeah, I don't buy that right now, or I don't sell that right now. I think there's still residual up for right now. Okay, it may come in a minute, but there's still residual right now to the upside. It's not selling. There's no selling right now. There's no selling. Still no selling. Got liquidity above us at 61.63 on the ES.
MACD Momo Cross.
It's still only buying, guys. It's still only buying right now. Just leg out, raise your stops, so it can't just squirt against you.
MACD Momo Cross. MACD Momo Cross.
Can we get just a little bit more out of this, please? A little bit more. Come on. Let's go. Let's get up to that get up to the fair value gap. at that 275 range area. Let's get right above that 65% Fibonacci there. 268. Come on. Gotta get above this.
Fox 2.
It's just my spidey sense, but you know, given the type of day it is and stuff, just feels like they want to finish this thing at near the top of the day.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way.
It's just been bullish, you know, it's been kind of bullish all day, you know. And
yeah. Yeah. Buying's starting to pair off a little bit, but no selling. Okay, 1 minute here to the close. Let's see what they do. I'm legging out. I only have a couple left. That's it.
1 minute remaining. I'll leave the South Korean PPI year over year.
My stops are at break even. Can't lose. Only things to gain. We'll see what happens.
All right, guys, I'm heading out.
All right,
See
bro.
everybody tomorrow.
We'll see you tomorrow, or you got to work.
Nope, I'll be in tomorrow morning.
All right, what do we got for news tomorrow, Matt? Anything early?
10 seconds.
Thursday. I'm sure there's probably something. I haven't checked to see tomorrow's forecast though.
Fox 2.
I'm flat. I'm done.
One spot
Okay,
7%,
now I
one
just
spot
dropped out
7%,
too.
month over month, 0.6%, 0.6%,
All right, I'll see you guys in the morning.
consumer sentiment, 95 spot 2, 95 spot 2.
All right, see everybody. I'm staying on.
Greg, do you have?
I'm staying on.
If you
Yeah,
want
I'll
to
say
stay
Crash.
updated with the latest and
We have 5 minutes.
of news for non-farm payrolls,
Yeah, I'm still here.
then sign up today and get our special offer of Financial Juice Pro for a year's worth of our service for the price of 1 month and save 92%.
I'm buying this 10 line here just for a snipe. Again, I'm just sniping. I'm totally counter trend trading this because it's going
MACD
down.
Momo Cross.
That was short lived. I may even go short here in a second. Looks like there's liquidity below us. I'm going to take a little tiny short here, just a little one. I don't feel like 100% about it, but there's a liquidity zone down at 6163 on the ES.
You say 61.53.
Yeah, sorry. Yes.
M2 Premium Turbo. M2 Premium Turbo.
Alright. Too choppy. Rich, I wouldn't trade anymore, bro.
yeah, it's pretty messy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not, the mock is so small, it's not giving you real strong conviction one way or the other, so,
Mm-hmm.
I would say that, if anything, probably more of a bias down now, with the red candles and the red base cloud, and the red candles.
Yeah, I mean, look at the pulling and stacking.
Yeah.
The aggression isn't much, but
Yeah.
they're not going to take this long against that.
No.
Stacker. M2 Extreme. M2 Extreme.
Come on, keep going.
Mach 4.
Coming down to that liquidity zone.
You guys know on Sierra, do you you know when you're like in a trade and stuff, and then you get your profit and loss, does that include the commission or not?
No.
It doesn't.
You mean in your trade window?
Yeah, like when it shows like your profits, you got your in trade balance, and then you've got your profits, and it doesn't look like it includes the commission.
No, you can figure that out by, if you look in Rhythmic, you'll have a closed profit and loss. And that's going to equal what your trade window says, and then you have your total, and then your commission is separate from that, and then you have to figure out your net from there. But yeah, what displays in Sierra, you can set it up to do the commission, but then if you start switching service providers, then pretty soon,
It's
you
different.
got to change that all the time.
Yeah. Like Rhythmic for how Rhythmic displays for FIDS versus Apex versus trade take profits, all different.
Oh, okay.
So you got to really.
Crash, are you sorry.
No good.
Are you trading, or can I ask
I am.
Can we?
You can ask. You can ask.
Okay. No. I was gonna ask just about that. Well, I mean, you could also just text me back the text that I sent you in the DM.
All right, I'll send you an answer tonight on it as soon as I get done trading.
Okay. Okay, man. All right. Well then, yeah, I'll jump up. Oh, sorry, I'll jump off so you can chat with Mike, and I'll speak to you guys tomorrow.
All right, see you, bro. Have a great night.
Cool.
All
See
right,
you,
see you,
man.
Pavel. Have a good one, bro.
See you.
All right, bye.
Bye. Bye bye.
Yeah, are you still short?
Let me turn off the let me turn off.
The
All right, guys,
YouTube?
I'm signing off. So crash out. Hope you guys had a good day. Sorry about all the difficulty streaming for anybody who actually watches this show today. All right, bye.